right. So we're back. I love it. Where'd you get
Howdy.
Go ahead.
What? No,
Nothing,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, where'd you get your hat?
No, go ahead.
The. Where'd you get your hat? Is it the hat store?
Riley just wrapped this around my head like 3 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
After we got done opening presents from my 93-year-old aunt
Oh, wow.
that are like, yeah, she got us Christmas presents, but we were never able to get them till
Right.
now. But she got us like these cigar box guitars off of like a catalog.
Oh, those are so
You know what those are?
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty sick. They're like real cheap and shitty, but we're still really excited.
Yeah, yeah. They're fun to just take places and play on them. You know what I mean?
I don't think I've even heard of them before, so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of kids in at UTSA in the music program, they would just play them like in the hallways, and there was, I think one of our music history teachers also really liked that, and he had some that he would show off. He also was really into like world music, and he was a world music teacher. We had a whole like gamelan set, which is like a Asian percussion thing. He had a bunch of random instruments in this like locked cabinet, so we would see all these weird instruments all the time. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Oh
I'm
god,
just like a
you
I'm
just
just like a Hershey's Kisses. Like
you did-
I don't
that's
know.
that
I'm
literally
gonna
does.
pour I'm gonna make this into like a chalice and pour my Bud Light Seltzer lemonade
Oh my
strawberry into
god,
it and sip
the
it.
the aluminum cup.
That would be fucking I have some ideas now.
Turn it into
Anyways, I'm running on 2 hours of sleep because of my
nice.
effects.
Dang,
I hate this medication, dude.
I'm so sorry, man.
It
That's
is
awful.
no, it just like no matter how tired you are, it won't let you sleep.
Wow.
It's supposed to go away, hopefully,
Uh huh.
but it is not yet. What have you been up to?
I've just been working on our last episode, chugging things along,
Nice.
getting stuff ready. Grad school, gonna be graduating, so got to get all my affairs in order for that. Yeah,
Nice.
just been doing that. I made gumbo
What
today.
all? Ooh.
It was very
What are you
good.
prepping for? Oh, I think you mentioned what it was. You're going to be in front of a bunch of professors you've had, right?
Yeah,
You're going to have to like
I have an exam which is like in front of a panel of professors, and that's they're asking me questions, and I have to. And basically, it's like proving that you are ready to graduate by remembering stuff from your classes. Is basically all that the exit exam is. And then I have my recital, which is I'm going to be doing it live stream, virtual, because I don't want to do any in person things with COVID and all that because I'm immunocompromised. But yeah, the first half will be all of these pieces of music I've written, and the performances of it, and then the second half is going to be a live playthrough of my video game. So that's going to be really cool. Um, yeah.
I can't wait to watch that.
I'm excited for it. It's a lot of work, but I'm really glad to be able to work on a passion project like this. You know, it's really what I want to do is just make games and media for people. You know.
Wait, I'm allowed to watch it, right?
Yes, yes. It's gonna be on Twitch, so anybody can watch it. I'm gonna post a link on Facebook and all that, but it's not gonna be university. I wanted to make it outside of the university so that all of my family, all my friends, anybody who wants to watch it can.
Nice. Oh my gosh, freaking stoked.
Stoked. Well, I'll start us off here with a spooky little mini story. It's not very often I get to talk about grandma serial killers, but it's a good day when I get to.
I saw an HBO. I saw like a Lifetime movie like that.
Oh,
I
really?
think it was no, it was on Hulu, and I swear to God, it was literally just called like Killer Grandma.
She baked
That bitch was
cookies
crazy.
in her children. God, that's hilarious. But yeah, so this is her name is, I'm gonna say this wrong. She is a Serbian Yugoslavic person, so this name is very foreign to me. But her name is Baba Anujka. She is a convicted killer from Yugoslavia in Serbia. Over her killing period, she poisoned at least 50 people and maybe as much as 150 in the late 19th and
Oh my
20th
God.
centuries. Yeah, it's unknown because this happened. She was found in 1928, and there was just it was impossible to track her. I'll get into that as we're talking about it later, but there's really no way to know how many people she actually poisoned. Um, in the end, she was sentenced to 15 years in prison, but she on like because she was getting old, she only spent 8 years in prison, and then they released her. They kind of like felt bad. It just says she was released due to old age, so I don't think she was sick or anything. They were just like she was sentenced at age 90, so she was 98, and they were like, just go. you know, you're on the way out. Just go. But there's not a lot of data or anything about her early life. She came to Romania maybe between 1838 and 1849. She said that she was born in 1836, but who's to know if she was telling the truth or not? Especially since the record keeping back then, like I said, was absolute garbage. Um, what is this word? Do you know what misanthropist means? I don't know what that word means.
Misanthropist?
Yeah,
Misanthropic? Misanthropist?
I don't know what that is. That's what.
I've heard that word.
Yeah, I've definitely heard it
I'm gonna
before.
Google it.
Google it because I have no idea what it means. But that's what she became at age 20. She was kind of
A
involved
person
with
who
Go ahead.
a person who dislikes humankind and avoids human society.
Okay. So she had her heart broken by this like Austrian military officer, and like after that, I guess she was just like, just became just anti-man, love, humanity, anything like that. Yeah, go also because he gave her syphilis and then just left her ass. So,
Oh no. We've
yeah.
all been there. I'm just kidding.
We've
Oh my
had.
God.
I hope not. So after that, she kind of said, "F everything. I'm gonna just go be a chemist." So she would just spend all of this time working with different chemistry projects. She was really smart. She spoke 5 different languages, and eventually she married a landowner and had 11 children, which only one
That's a
survived to
lot.
adulthood. I know, popped out
Only
11.
one?
There can be only one.
Only one made it out of 11.
Did she poison them?
I don't think so. Maybe. Who knows? We don't know. But her husband at the time was much older than her, so he passed away pretty early on. So after 20 years of being together, he passed away. So she was all alone for a while, still doing all the chemistry stuff. After her husband died, she made one part of her house like her chemistry lab, and around her local neighborhood it gave her like a reputation of like an herbalist or like a witch. She would make potions and stuff. Farmers' wives would come get love potions from her, health potions. She would make a lot of money off of this stuff. She would make between 2 and 10,000 Yugoslav diners. Yeah. She would make potions to get people out of situations where she would make like a potion that a soldier could take, and it would make him too sick to fight, so he could stay home. She also I said the love potion. She would give them when they could come to her for marriage problems, but the potion wouldn't actually change anything emotionally. It would just eventually kill the husband. So the love potion was code for she would ask them something specific. She would ask her client, "How heavy is your problem?" Asking, "How much does your victim weigh?" Because I need to get you the right
Oh my.
dosage. Yeah. I mean, this is like mafia level coding. You know what I mean? Like, um, anyway, the victims were usually men, typically young and pretty healthy. They were just usually like women abusers, or they were just shitty people in general. You know, she wouldn't really go after women that often. Oh yeah, yeah. So she started with a specific brand called Magic Water, and this is where she starts to get caught. So she started selling that in 1924. She gave a client who was actually seeking some real help. She gave it to the client, and who gave it to her husband, and he died after a couple of days. The woman then married another man from the village, and the husband that died, a rich uncle, died with similar circumstances within a month. So whenever they started asking the woman, "Hey, you're moving around this family and this area of town with husband, 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 and they're all dying a couple of days after you marry them. What's going on?" And she just ratted out Baba Anushka. She just said, yeah, yeah. She just dropped the ball. She was just like, "Nope, I ain't going down. I ain't going down with you." And her first trial was in 1914. And first, she was tried for providing poison, but she was acquitted for that. She was arrested in 1928 at age 90. This is the arrest that gets her with this incident with the wife and her husband. When they looked at the bodies, they found that she was using arsenic to poison, which is typically pretty common when you see female serial killers who kill by poison. It's typically arsenic, especially around this time period, because it was freshly available in a way, because it's very industrial revolution area. You know what I mean? And it had no odor or no taste, so it goes into any sort of drink, and you would have no idea of knowing. The only way they're able to figure it out is by like the symptoms of arsenic poisoning. But the verdict was delivered on July 6, 1929, and she was given 15 years of prison. The woman who ratted her out was also tried as an accomplice. She was sentenced to life for that. Yeah. And
Holy.
yeah, I know.
So she would have been better just not ratting her out.
Literally just not saying anything. Another woman who admitted to working with her also got 8 years in prison. You know, like you should have just kept your mouth shut. You don't have to come out with that. But yeah, she was released at age 98 due to old age, and she died 2 years later at age 100.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a wild
Well,
ride.
good for
Killer
her.
grandma. I know, this is kind of like one of those where, what did we say last time? Hashtag girl boss. But yeah, every
Hell
time I
yeah.
think of like, I don't know. I don't think anybody ever expects grandma, but sometimes it is grandma. Sometimes you gotta watch the grandmas.
Well, thank you so much for that enthralling story.
Absolutely.
So you've never heard of the lead mask case before?
No, I have heard of the leather mask, but not the lead mask at all. Nada nada.
Okay. On August 20th, 1966, a boy climbed up Ventum Hill, located in a wealthy suburb of Rio de Janeiro.
Oh.
He was looking for the perfect spot to fly his kite, but upon arrival, he discovered something peculiar. The bodies of 32-year-old Manuel Pereira de Cruz and 34-year-old Miguel Jose Viana.
Oh, wow.
Both of them were electronics repairmen hailing from Campos de Goytacazes, a town about 200 kilometers northeast. The boy assumed they were sleeping and left.
What?
2 days later, he returned to a putrid smell and then decided to report it to authorities.
Oh my god, I would hate to be
Due
that
to-
kid and just be like, I'm sorry, I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Due to rough terrain, the police weren't able to get to the bodies until the next day.
Oh,
So they've just
man.
been sitting there for like 3 days on top of a hill, baking in the sun.
Roasting, getting medium rare.
The two men were clad in business suits and raincoats, with a package containing an empty water bottle and 2 small towels, as well as receipts for them all.
Interesting.
The oddest parts about it all is that the men were both wearing masks made out of lead that covered nothing but their eyes.
Wait, okay.
And a small notebook. Yeah.
So lead, I feel really stupid because I know it can be like liquefied, but like how can it be like it's like a hard mask? Like a
Yeah. I will post pictures, when I like make the post for this episode.
Yeah.
Or you could just look it up, but they were basically just
I'm gonna
like
look it up right now.
weird. It's like 3D like visors type of thing, except you can't see through it at all. It's just lead.
I see. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's look like the sunglasses from Men in Black.
Kinda. There was a small notebook with them with electronics part numbers scribbled on one page. On the other page, in crude grammar, was the following. 4:30. Be at the determined place. 6:30. Swallow capsules. After effect, protect metals. Wait for mask signal.
What? I'm sorry. So you've got the Matrix. Take the pills or capsules. I'm sorry. Take the capsules. What? I'm assuming you're gonna explain, but what?
NANI?
That sounds like a 5-year-old wrote that.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they're in Brazil, so it was in Portuguese.
Oh, this is in English.
But
I see.
Well, no, like even when it was read in Portuguese, they were still like, "What is this?" It was like just horrible grammar.
Right.
And
like a child.
Mysterious. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
The men are believed to have had enough cash on them to buy a cheap used car, around 3 million cruzeiros, which is hard to convert because the inflation rate was staggeringly high in 1966. They took a bus to Rio. On their bodies were receipts for the raincoats they were wearing since it was raining that day. And I think I already said that. Oh.
I'll just play
wow.
it twice. I'll just play it twice.
Twice.
Play it twice.
Anyways, when the police questioned the clerk who sold them the water, she said they seemed agitated and concerned about the time, and that it was getting dark and starting to rain. They hitched a ride up the hill with 2 unidentified men in a jeep. Apparently these men were a part of a local group that called themselves scientific spiritualists.
Is this like pre-Scientology right here?
Their friend Elcio Gomez said the 3 of them were interested in trying to contact Mars, and that they had previously built a machine that had exploded and while trying to make this happen.
Wait, okay, so did they say like what they tried to like make it out of? Like what did they do? They don't know?
I mean, they had no idea because it exploded.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just like, what could these guys be putting together to try to talk to Mars? You know what I mean?
There was a book found in Miguel's home workshop where police found the tools and scraps used to cut the lead masks, with passages highlighted pertaining to intense luminosity related to spirits. Someone expecting to be exposed to intense luminosity might well choose to protect his eyes with lead shields.
So they were expecting like a big bright light, if I'm understanding.
Yes.
So, okay, sunglasses, that makes sense. Still crazy, but not like, there's a little bit of sense. A little bit.
I mean, you think it's crazy, but on June 13th, 1966, right before they died, Numerous witnesses reported an explosion on the beach in Espirito Santo, the state just northeast of Rio de Janeiro, that rocked buildings as far as 15 kilometers away. Local fishermen also witnessed the event, and they reported that a flying saucer was seen falling into the sea.
So, like, the flying saucer caused the explosion? Or, like, that like both happened? That's okay. Huh.
That's what they're claiming. Crazy. They think it was the saucer.
Huh.
Mildred.
She just wants some loving. Some good old loving.
Rejecting the supernatural.
Sorry.
No, she probably really missed me because I've been gone all day, honestly.
She says, Mama.
Can you not show them
your booty?
Oh my god. Yeah, she's like flashing everyone. Okay. Rejecting the supernatural theories put forth by LCO and other locals, police floated the possibility that Miguel and Manuel were involved with smuggling electronics equipment, which had been difficult to come by in Brazil at the time. Another common explanation for the situation was that the pair had overdosed after taking an illicit drug in order to make better contact with the spirits. And many suggested the two took acid.
Makes sense.
This theory was supported by a Brazilian professor of yoga who...
Interesting.
Whatever. He said the men may have been trying to carry out a telepathic experiment with high frequency through waves. Sorry, my notes are not amazing.
No, you're good. You're fine. No, that makes sense. I was surprised. I was like a yoga teacher. That's not what I expected to be like the brains behind this specific talking to Mars. You know.
I mean, come on. He's a yoga teacher. I expect it.
I guess I should expect it. Yeah. Be like, oh yeah, dude, we just gotta breathe, and then we're gonna do a downward dog, and we're gonna be talking to Mars.
However, deaths from LSD are extremely rare, and when they do occur, it is usually when it is taken with alcohol, triggering a heart attack, stroke, or respiratory failure.
Makes sense.
There is no evidence that the men were drinking anything but water at or before their deaths.
So the only thing that came up was just the stuff in the capsule. Nothing else.
No, they didn't even catch that because they had been baking in the sun for 3 days, and then their organs were apparently like mishandled. So they were never able to go in and do a proper autopsy.
Miss Suspicious. This is Miss Suspicious face.
Nonetheless, the UFO/spirits hypothesis won't die, particularly given the number of witnesses to alleged UFO events contemporaneous with the men's demise. This included Society maven Senora Gracinda Barbosa Coutinho de Sousa and her children, who reported that on August 17th, 1966, they had seen an oval-shaped object of an orangey color with a band of fire around its edges, sending out rays in all directions, hanging over the top of Morro de Ventum. According to De Sousa, the object rose and fell vertically for some 3 to 4 minutes.
Like that?
Hold on, I can't see you.
Oh, I was
yeah, like that.
Doing this. They sound like they're describing like a biblical angel.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like just rings of fire and just fear not and just.
Miguel and Manuel were not the only male technicians to die on a rugged hilltop in Brazil in the 1960s. In 1962, a television technician named Hermes was reported to have been found dead on Morro de Cruzeiro, also in the state of Rio de Janeiro. A lead mask was found near his body as well.
Dang. Like the same, it matched the other ones like perfectly?
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't like that. That's weird. That's spooky. Spooky weird.
In the end, it seems likely that whatever was in the consumed capsules probably caused the men's deaths, whether intentionally or not isn't clear. Though given the men took the time to purchase raincoats, it was raining at the time, Wood would think they didn't go to the hilltop intending to leave their bodies behind. Else why would they care if they got wet? Whatever the case, as for the lead masks, these appear to have been worn simply to shield their eyes from the intense luminosity of the spirits they were seemingly on the hilltop to see. So, that is the story of the lead mask case. It is unsolved, and nobody has been able to crack it. I've seen theories that they think people think the little boy did it.
What? How?
Even, or I don't know, but no one can solve this.
That, I mean, how?
What do you...
Dude, I don't even know. Okay, so basically, this kid finds these two bodies, and he's like, oh, they're just taking a nap.
Yeah, because they're wearing, the masks, you know?
Yeah, you can't see them.
And they're, just...
taking a nap with my best friend. Everything's fine. And there's two dead bodies. Just...
Us.
I know you and taking a nap. Dead. And then they come back. Bodies are parboiled and charred up to a nice 165 degrees, safe to eat. God. And there's no... Did you say the cause of death was a heart attack? Or the cause of death was also not? They don't know.
They don't know.
Oh, man, that would make it easier to know.
I know. If only they had found the bodies, sooner.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe it was the little boy. I'm just kidding. What if he was a Martian? New hot take. The little boy's a Martian.
Well, their friend, I left this out, but their friend Gomez also claimed, he was like, yeah, cats. Stop, leave her alone.
Jasper's being a poopy
God. Yeah, it's so embarrassing.
No, it's okay.
You're embarrassing me in front of all my friends.
It's me. And all of you.
Gomez
okay?
Claims that he wants to okay.
Are we being real?
So he doesn't have balls. He doesn't have balls. We chopped him off.
Yep.
But he wants to make babies.
Can't do it.
And Mildred is also fixed, and she's 90 years old.
She's a grandma.
So
Jasper's got it for the old ladies.
It's a circus in here, dude.
I love it. I have my door closed.
Tired.
I have the cat kicked out. I only have the one that behaves in here. I'm not going to risk recording with Edward. No way. I just have the sleepy baby. Oh, where? Alphonse, come here, Bubba. Come here, buddy.
Aww.
Oh, sleepy. He said, no, Mama, I'm sleeping. He loves this bed. He thinks this room is his room. Anyway.
I want a corgi now. Because you have corgi, love your corgi. My friend Anna, that's in this Discord server, has a corgi. Frickin' love that corgi. My friend Frankie had a corgi. Frickin' love that corgi. I think it's a sign.
It is. They are literally so cool, and they have big personalities, and they are very sassy, but they are so lovable and sweet. He's a good boy.
Oh, puppy. But anyways, Gomez claims that they did have an interaction, with the UFO, and they had a whole conversation, but they don't know if that guy was, full of shit, on drugs. Right. I don't know.
He's just so,
Jasper just kidnapped my keys.
Was it Jasper?
Those are my keys.
Oh, with his thumb?
Oh my god.
He's got them.
Yeah, he took it.
He's on the run. He's in the car. He's driving away. Jasper's at it again. Now I put Jasper in the truck instead of us.
You should do it.
You look so done with Jasper, dude. Okay, so.
Well, that's my story.
Gomez is full of shit, basically, is the moral of the story. Because who the fuck would talk to him? You think a Martian is just gonna... You know what I mean?
He's the chosen one.
He is the chosen one. I'm coming.
I'm coming.
Chosen one. I gotta watch that movie. I was just telling Andrew the other day, dude, how have I not shown you Kung Pao? It's a classic, and it's it's so stupid, but it's so fun. Dang! And so there's no. Is there any cases of this outside of South America?
No.
Huh. Interesting.
From
Why
what
would
I
it be
know,
localized
like
there? Hmm.
maybe
Who's
the
to
hills
say?
are just not inviting.
We gotta ask the Martians. We gotta ask the rover. Bitch, what you doing? You killed these people. They're roasting in the sun.
Well,
That's insane. What do you think
that's
happened? Do you know?
well, the police said that maybe they got in with some bad people because,
Mm,
like, apparently they could have been selling electronics parts to people illegally.
right.
But I don't know. But then there's the matter of the capsules. And then I've heard other theories that are like maybe they heard a radio frequency that tricked them into doing that, and then they killed them and robbed them.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. That would make sense.
So,
Because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, you're right. It doesn't seem like they were either given instructions or they heard something. Because this is so weird and random, and the steps are so bizarre that it doesn't seem like somebody would just make this up because they're like on a drug, or you know what I mean. It sounds like a cult thing.
mhm,
So I wonder
it
if it's
really
just
does.
like this lead mask cult, and they're just like, oh God, no, we got in the news, we're not doing that shit again, you know, and they just moved on to something else. Because I and if you were on drugs, you wouldn't be able to just. I think if you were on something like LSD or acid, you wouldn't just remember. Oh yeah, at 4:30, I'm gonna take this. You know what I mean? You would be,
No.
yeah, you would be a sound mind and body at the time of like planning it. But that's weird, man.
I've babysat people on acid, and there's no freaking way, dude.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I That's so weird. Yeah,
they were
no,
like, they were like, hey, I was like, oh, I gotta go move my car. They were like, can we go for a ride around the block? And it was just the most magical experience for them. Just like,
they're like, "Wait, I got to take the capsule. It's 4:30." You know? Like, no, they wouldn't do that. Yeah, exactly. No. They had to have been part of some sort of cult or some sort of just group that honestly, like, do you think this was like the pre-Scientology? Cuz the way you were describing it, not that they have the same like
it
viewpoints,
kind
but
of
just,
does.
you know what I mean? Like another science-based religion thing. Maybe not a religion, but just like a cult belief system.
I mean, the 60s were crazy.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I know that space and everything was new, you know, with the moon landing and all of that. So I guess I don't blame them or anything for like, yeah, we want to talk to Mars. I would love to know what's happening on Mars anytime I want to. And then not just when we get the pictures from NASA, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to go put some sunglasses on and take a capsule to go make that happen. I'm just going to wait for science instead of forcing it, I think. Oh man.
That's solid.
I just to be that little boy. It's hard enough for me when I find roadkill, but to find two dead human bodies, I would. Oh man, that can't have been like that. Had to have been traumatic. Unless he was
Poor
the murderer.
guy.
The kid did
Oh.
it. The kid is the cult leader. He would never have expected it. It's the perfect crime.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun. You don't believe me. You don't believe in the perfect crime.
No, I believe you. I trust you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
All right, man. Well, thank you for telling me that. No, I'd never heard of that before. That's really weird. Andrew's going to love this. He's going to spend the next 3 hours looking up at all the information and probably finding some random Reddit page dedicated to it. I guarantee you. As soon as
He
I know
will.
it. r/lead mask, or would it be r/capsule? What would it be, you think?
Probably, if you just type it in on there, it'll pop up, I'm sure, because, I mean,
Probably under
yeah, it's a
conspiracy
pretty,
stuff.
definitely.
Did they have a tinfoil hat?
Whoa. Did they? No, I
Oh,
just thought
just
it
you.
was
Just you.
just
I love
me.
it. You're my Hershey's Kiss. And that's when you go to the camera. I love it. It looks almost like a golf tee. Like you could hit. Big on, Mildred. Oh my god, I love that. Put it on
She
Mildred.
loves it.
That way
Put
Mildred
it
will
on.
be protected from, Mars. Or whatever.
She's like, I'm getting the hell out of here.
She says, I already talked to Mars and I ain't telling you shit.
Do you want to see this watch my aunt got me out of the catalog?
Absolutely. Show me that beach.
So one, I would never wear this in my entire life. It's like, you see that?
Oh. What is that in the middle?
It's the bird.
Oh, it is.
The eagle.
It's America.
And I just, can you imagine me wearing this?
Only like as a costume. Like very ironically. If you would have to have like a Rolex or something on the other end and be like, look at me.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Absolutely.
Sorry I'm buzzed.
You ain't buzzed. Are you buzzed for no sleep? Oh, you mean the drink. I was like, you're not buzzed from not sleeping? That's what the kids call it now. We're buzzed. Really? What did you do? I just didn't sleep. Buzzed. But yeah, we'll be getting some more spooky stories out there for you guys, hopefully more frequently. Leave a comment if you want a specific story. We're going to be doing requests, so just let us know what you want and let us know what you want to hear. Have a spooky time, spooky night, spooky day.
Bye.
Bye.